Hey Cancer, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. This is your bonus tarot reading and it is timeless. So whenever it finds you, that's when it was meant to. That being said, only take what empowers you. Don't give your power away to tarot. It's great to look at these YouTube general tarot readings, like they're wonderful vehicles to explore your intuition, your spirituality, and your psyche. And if you want a personal reading, just reach out. All the information for that is in the description box below. If you'd like for me to pray for you, say hi in the comment section so that I've got something that represents your energy that I can focus on. And I encourage you guys to all do that for each other. It's really cool to see you guys lift each other up. And you know what's interesting, I was just telling Capricorn this, is you get a burst of serotonin release when you even observe that. You know, when you observe kindness between people, even then you get the reward of serotonin. How cool is that? Or the gift of serotonin, not reward. All right, starting with the Angels of Abundance deck, we have do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. And then we have, from the Divine Feather deck, we have step forward now and sing your song. There is power in finding your voice. It'll be interesting to see if you get a lot of swords, because that's ultimately saying speak your truth, step into your truth. And for some of you guys, that is literally singing, I feel like. Okay, what's coming towards Cancer? What do they need to know? At the time of seeing this, what's going to empower Cancer? What do they need to know? We only take the cards that fly out on their own. At the bottom of the deck, we've got Ace of Pentacles, though. That's a good sign. So we do that so that I can remove my very human ego out of it, and we're having a conversation with tarot. So for Cancers, what do they need to know? Please make it clear. If they fly out in reverse, that's how I read them. If you've been to my channel before also, you guys, and you find that these are helpful, like only 10% of you guys are subscribed, please consider subscribing, becoming a friend. It's free, and you can always unsubscribe if you hear a reading and you're like, you know what? I don't like her anymore. All right, let's put these over here. And I'm going to give you a broad view of your reading, and then we're going to unpack all of these. It starts with Ace of Cups, which is oftentimes love and relationships. It's something landing in your lap. This could also be creative, so a creative endeavor, for instance. And it's really that moment where your cup runs over. And you feel it's very, very exciting energy, basically. And all the aces in tarot are like these gifts. They land in your lap. We have some really interesting energy, though, that follows. And before I get too far into it, I really need to get them unpacked, because all of these came out in reverse. And this Ace of Cups is coming towards you, but I think it's been on its way for a while. Whether this is somebody who's had their eye on you and they see a lot of value in who you are, or if this is, for some of you guys, a creative endeavor, but it's just really not, maybe you're trying to make money through a creative endeavor, but it's not really giving you results, monetary results for a while. It's on its way. But it's just been slow. So that's a slow energy with our Ace of Cups. In the meantime, I think you've had another experience that's kind of taken the wind out of your sails a little bit. And I don't like to think that anything is wasted in life. You've developed, this definitely has pulling yourself up by the bootstraps vibe, and also it was in the past. Some of you guys, the very recent past. But what happened was, I think you got depleted to a point where you actually reached a point where you had to leave something behind. Whether that was an idealistic relation, like your idealistic expectations of how something would pan out with a relationship or with a job. But either way, it got to a point where you felt so depleted, and that nothing could grow from this arid, dry place, so to speak, that you turn around and you go in a different direction. And in that moment of taking faith that there are greener pastures in the horizon right there, and leaving something that you cultivated, that you worked very hard on at one point, that's when the world opens up and you get Two of Wands. These are directly linked. They came out together. You leave something, you create a new plan. You see the world. And it's from that place of depravity that you go there. But it's not been easy on the way there. You've had delays, setbacks, but there's an interesting twist in your reading. There's an event that happened that you didn't actually orchestrate all by yourself. This event for some of you guys was a bit of a shock, a surprise. And usually with the Tower card, these events, they leave you kind of like treading water, like trying to paddle quick, like, okay, what are we going to do now? You know, like in this place, because you don't expect it. So whether it's good or whether it's bad, whatever it is, it's usually not expected. And you can only control how you react. And lo and behold, it's actually a very happy twist. So there are these delays, these setbacks in the energy around you. And there was ultimately, you needed a realignment. And this is your realignment came in the form of an event. It comes in the form of an event that gives you this wake-up call, makes you really happy. But I want to dive into the Ace of Cups a little bit more. Actually, first, who the hell is this King of Wands? Round this out for me. Three of Cups. Who's the King of Wands? Thank you. Thank you. High Priestess. I feel that there was somebody, possibly even in your close friend group or even third-party energy attached here, that was a big contributor to taking the wind out of your sails, making you feel kind of closed off and trying to refocus your energy. Yeah, but ultimately it's been a gift. It's made you take more of a bold leadership in your life. You've really recalibrated who you want as your supportive alliances, your friendships. It's made you more decisive. And it's like your defenses, in a positive way, I say this, have grown. Your castle walls have grown thicker. Yes, for sure. But in this case, I think it's a good thing. Okay, this Ace of Cups. Who's this Knight of Wands? Wow, Nine of Cups and the Fool. Really interesting. There's a decision you make here. Like, be the change you want to see in your, instead of in the world, in your life. For some of you guys, this was a relationship that was too slow moving. This is just some of you guys. So for some of you guys, this energy manifested in your life this way. There was a lot of care and a lot of emotion and possibly love that you had for somebody who was just so slow in giving it back. It left you disappointed and sad. And in stark contrast, you observed your own energy and how you would like things to be and what kind of pace do you naturally run at. And it's quite different. And in observing that, everything changes. You no longer become so focused or interested in this person and the reciprocity of this relationship. In fact, based on the pace that would be your ideal pace, the Knight of Wands, which is very fast. This is like confident, bold. It's also like inspired energy. From that place, That's where recovery, hope, optimism comes. Not so interested in the Knight of Pentacles anymore because there's a big, huge new journey, Fool and happiness. This is like you make yourself happy. You're just tired of waiting around. So for those of you who are not, that does not resonate with a relationship, this would be specifically to something that you felt a lot of emotional connection to, but has let you down. And by tapping into what are your what's your idealistic pace? How fast would this progress actually be going? It's like from there you manifest it very quickly. It's really interesting. And it makes me reflect on your oracle card. Do the work. It's not enough to dream or pray. It's like you've been waiting around for something to move forward. And why shouldn't it, right? Because I feel that you've watered this flower, you know. It was either a new relationship with a person or a relationship with a craft or love, like a creative thing. You've also got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. You also have got to take the positive action steps that you are being divinely guided to take. Consistently working on your priorities will make them flourish like a lush flower garden. And we were just using the analogy of you watered that flower, right? You took care of that flower, but the progress was so slow. And it was having, of course, the emotional repercussions of the sense of loss, of sitting in disappointment. Well, when you are just being overwhelmed with disappointment or sadness, all of a sudden that kind of poisons the well from which you're dipping into for all the things you do in life, the way you love your family, how hard you work at your job, the way you throw yourself into your life, right? So at some point you decide, Cancer, no, I'll go out and I'll get this done. You know, it's not enough to dream or pray, and you're done. You're done dreaming and praying for something. You can actually make it happen yourself. Because there's a lot throughout your whole reading is like this, go get 'em, tiger. And yet, somewhere in there, there's this event, this catalyst, a wild twist, something outside of your control that leads you to this really happy place. I'm sending you off with love and light. I hope that was helpful. Take good care of yourselves. Bye-bye.